French. French. I'm speaking in French.
In the 16th, 17th, and 18th centuries, France was controlled by two powerful families, the Valois and the Bourbons. Despite a relatively short period of unrest caused by religious wars and a transfer of power, the nation was controlled successfully by a central powerful monarchy.
The long-reigning Valois family of France created a successfully centralized state. They retook power from the relatively independent local nobles and brought the state under the control of the throne. One of the first centralizing Valois kings, Louis IX, rebounded from the devastation of the 100 Years' War. He spread royal authority into further lands and expanded the financial and administrative power of the monarchy. Francis I, another Valois king, fostered the growth of absolutism. He placed importance on royal secretaries, increased royal taxes, and asserted his power over the Parliament of Paris. He also gained control over the church by obtaining the right to appoint all bishops and abbots in France.
The religious wars of France played one of the most important roles in the transfer of power from the Valois to the Bourbon families in France and the centralization of power. Henry II came to power after his older brother died playing tennis. He was a weak ruler who persecuted the Huguenots greatly. He died in a jousting tournament, and his wife served as regent over their sons. The weakness of monarchs arousing the nobles' resistance, economic depression, ambitious families, and the growth of the Calvinist Church led to open warfare between the families of the Guise, Catholics, and Bourbons, Huguenots. Catherine de' Medici, regent of France, ordered a massacre of Huguenots in August of 1572. This became known as the St. Bartholomew's Day Massacre, which led to further warfare. Henry of Navarre led the Bourbons, Henry III led the moderate Catholics, and the Duke of Guise led the radical Catholics. Henry III had the Duke of Guise assassinated, and the Guise family had Henry III assassinated. This left Henry of Navarre with the only legitimate claim to the throne. Henry of Navarre became Henry IV and converted to Catholicism to please the people of France, saying, "Pot bien un messe," or "Paris is worth a mass." He brought peace to the warring factions and issued the Edict of Nantes, granting limited toleration to the Huguenots.
The Bourbon dynasty began under Henry IV and would rule France over the next few centuries. The Bourbon dynasty started off doing much to help France, but towards the end the rulers became weak and caused problems. During his reign, Henry IV regularized state finance, promoted agriculture, drained swamps, undertook many public works, and encouraged education. He renewed Paris as a great city, had the Place Royal built, and added the Grand Gallery to the Louvre. Also, Henry financed expeditions to the New World and claimed Canada. The end of Henry's reign came with his assassination. His wife Marie de' Medici became the regent for their son Louis XIII. Louis XIII was an example of a strong absolute ruler. Under him, a powerful navy was built, and the nobility were kept firmly in line. The next Bourbon ruler, Louis XIV, worked to make a centralized and absolute nation. He took power from the nobles and made them members of his court instead of regional governors. Louis XIV believed to achieve absolute power, he must achieve religious union. He persecuted the Protestant population through the Edict of Fontainebleau, which revoked the Edict of Nantes. For Louis XIV, unified France could only be a Catholic France. The rule of weak monarchs led to the French Revolution, which ended the Bourbons' absolute rule in France.
Although difficulty and struggle was a large part of the Valois and Bourbon families' histories, one thing still kept the nation united and ordered: absolutism. The strongly centralized government held together France at its core until the Bourbons lost control to chaos in the French Revolution.
Now the Bourbons, man, they had it going on, man. They were ruling all absolute like, and it was going great. And then, well, things went bad, and they went downhill fast. Faster than a scooter going down Gun Road.